Games FTW.
SpongeBob.
What the fuck?
SpongeBob.
Hi, welcome to SpongeBob. Battle for Bikini Bottom. Wait, what? What'd you say right now?
So what were you saying, SpongeBob? Like you just did?
SpongeBob.
I don't know. Cause why not? So welcome to a new Let's Play, I guess. We've been wanting to do this for a while, actually. I've been wanting to do it for a while, so.
Which memory card's the one with the 100%?
Not this one. This one's, we have like 3 memory cards.
Was it the blue one?
Oh
no, that one's the
no, that's the PS1.
That's PS1. Sorry, I'm getting my
That's the Swan memory card.
Cards mixed up.
Uh-oh. Dun dun dun. Plankton's up to no good.
Lip syncing.
Also, just like in the show, his size is not consistent. Also, who builds an obey and don't obey switch? Why would you ever do that?
Who builds a self-destruct switch?
Why would you ever do that? Is that a Phineas and Ferb reference?
Kind of, yeah.
Wasn't there like an episode where like he did not build one and he was like really like distraught?
No, it was...
Or he was at least surprised at the very least that he didn't put in a self-destruct button. He always does.
I think that might have been...
Hang on. I want to get a photo for my scrapbook. Hey, hello?
We are not liking you.
What think you're doing?
With our kebab spears. Our lightning kebabs.
No, wait. But I'm your master. I made you. No.
Oh, that extreme close-up though.
My good China.
It's good China.
Didn't even touch his plates. Okay, we can skip this. It's just so SpongeBob and Patrick do things, and they
What do they call it? A conch shell or something?
the magic conch.
Yes.
Wait, what? The magic conch shell? That's in this, isn't it?
I think so.
Dun 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 dun. I know how to play the game. We've had when do we see? It's really funny because I don't remember buying this game. I just remember us having it.
I know.
And that goes for a lot of freaking PS2 games, and especially PS1 games, because I was hella little, obviously during PS1 era. So I mean, I don't even remember.
I don't remember when we were like, oh, there's a SpongeBob game. Let's totally buy it and play it.
I don't remember. I remember having Super Sponge on the PS1.
I remember.
And then I remember Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, which wasn't that great.
Did we rent it?
We rented it, and then we eventually bought it. Jesus, stop with the tutorials! I forgot how many tutorials were in the beginning of this game. Alright, thankfully we can just get on our way now. Can't we?
Yeah. Wait.
We don't have to stomp or anything yet. Okay, never mind. Whatever. We have enough. Dun 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 dun. Like I don't like. Now, funny enough, I do remember getting Pac-Man World 3 because I remember going into a Hollywood video with our mom, and I was like, "Oh snap! There's a Pac." Like first off, I didn't even know there was a Pac-Man World 3. When I saw it, I was like, when did this come out?" All I know is I want it, and then we got it. And funny enough, that particular that was a Hollywood video that it wasn't the one that was closest to where we live. It was some different one. Like we always, since it was the closest and it was the most convenient, we always went to ours near where we live. But there were like at least 2 or 3 other ones near where we lived, or at least not as close, but kind of close. You get what I'm saying. And we went to one of those randomly just to be like, hey, let's go to a different one for a change. And then we did, and I saw it there, and I was like, oh my god. And that one allowed you to actually buy some of the stuff that they had there. Since I don't know if most of the kids know nowadays, but Hollywood Video was a movie/game rental place.
It was before that Redbox thing was cool.
Redbox and Netflix took over being able to rent, movies and games. GameFly as well. Sorry we're skipping all the dialogue. It's really annoying. If this is your first time seeing this game and you've never played it, you gotta buy it. We gotta leave some, mystique, I guess, for you guys. And just not show off all of that. Plus, it just gets annoying. We already know how most of the dialogue goes. It's very SpongeBob-y, so you know, SpongeBob-esque. Although we should go talk to Mr. Krabs. I want to see.
What of your treasure chest?
Okay, how much is it?
This one is very greedy.
Oh, 3,000. Yeah, cheap ass. Okay. Oh no, we do have the fucking. I thought we had a. I'm dumb. I thought we had a freaking unlock the abilities. I forgot we just had them off the bat. Here, die jellyfish. Die jellyfish.
This goes to show how long it's been since
It's
we last
been a
played
while
it.
since we last played this game.
I've just watched videos of this, and mainly it's of the final boss.
I still remember the game, of course, but I just
Which I
haven't played it simply in so long.
Which I have to say, the final boss is like my favorite one of all the other ones in this game.
My favorite boss is the Robot Patrick one. Simply because the music, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but it reminds me of Crash Nitro Kart. It sounds like it belongs in Crash Nitro Kart. I don't know why. It's the only one out of all of this that sounds like that. It just reminds me of Crash Nitro Kart. I don't know why, but it does.
Now that I'm actually imagining the music, I can see
That was like one of the first vibes I got. I remember that. And the controls for this game just feel so good, and compared to all the other SpongeBob games we've played in the past, this one is still, at least for me, I can speak for myself personally, it's like the best SpongeBob platformer. It is so good. So we're going to beat the whole thing. We're not going to 100% it or anything like that, because shit, we'll be here quite a while. But,
we've done it before, but it's like, ugh.
it took a while. So, and fuck trying to open up the theater, because that shit's like, what, 400,000 shiny objects?
I think.
Fuck that.
Something
We're not
like
doing that.
It was like, it's a lot.
We are not doing that. Alright, Squidward's in pain, so he's got a hurt animation. Or pose or whatever. Okay, so now we're in Jellyfish Fields. We have to go and kick King Jellyfish's ass. Yeah, so Revenge of the Flying Dutchman wasn't that great. I remember it was very stiff and it just didn't feel that good to control.
I don't even remember most of it.
I just remember, well, because we never got very far at all. We still have it, but we just, maybe we'll play that as like a one-off or something at some point later on the channel. I don't know, if you guys want to see it. If you guys treasure that game, but I don't really care for it. Super Sponge was odd as well. We got kind of far in that one, but again, I don't
remember how far we've gotten.
It was a 2D side-scroller with, you know, cartoonish-looking sprites and all that. It was almost like a Rayman 1-looking game, but with SpongeBob.
It had that one had King Jellyfish too, yeah? It was like the first
Queen
boss.
Jellyfish, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Because you have to, like,
huge jellyfish.
you have to catch the jellyfish and then shoot them back at her or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
And it was hell.
Yeah,
It was hell.
vacuum thingy.
It was hell. Shouldn't do that. Oh! Bridge drop.
SpongeBob logic.
So, I don't know how he got into contact with them being like, please drop the bridge thing's right here. I need to build a bridge. Please build them right here, thank you. And then they're like, okay, you got it. And then they like, flew overhead. You have to have enough money, sir, before we can land in this, or at least fly overhead in this one spot and drop these bridge boards for you.
Common flight control.
Yeah, the way up and down works with the camera in this game is very odd because you just snap right into like a down or up position. So it's like never really useful, and if you need to use it, you have to like be really slow with the right analog stick. By the way, yeah, we're playing this on the PS2, if you couldn't tell.
Kind of wish we had the GameCube versions to see how that.
Are there any differences?
I mean, it's the same game, but it's just that one's on one console, one's on the other.
Well, shit. Look at something like Rayman Arena. That shit changed drastically between consoles. Like
well,
it's very, very. I don't even know why they did that. It's really, really weird.
I know, and then it's like, oh, in the GameCube version they added Dark Glow Box.
Dark Glow Box.
It was just like
fucking.
It was like the one other character you could play as.
Rayman Arena is like one of the weirdest fucking games to just beat in the Rayman series when you think about it, because it started out as Rayman M. No, it was Rayman Rush on the PS1, where they had like the one wife glow box.
Razor Wife.
One. No, glow box.
Oh, Glow Box. Oh,
what's her name? It's not Uglet, because she's from Rayman 2. It's her name's like something or other. I forget what it is. And then
I don't know.
And then, anyway, so it's like Rayman Rush, and then fucking Rayman, M, but they changed it. So only so many few copies were called Rayman M, because it stood for multiplayer, but they thought it stood for mature, so they thought it was some M-rated Rayman game. So they didn't want any...
Which, that would be very bizarre to
That would
see.
be very bizarre. So, have any Rayman games gotten a T rating? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think everything's been E. And there's a lot of risque, raunchy humor in Rayman 3, so it's surprising. I think that was before E10. Because Rayman 1 was like KA, which you don't see that at all. That's a non-existent freaking... Crash 1 was KA. I'm not sure if Spyro was KA.
I would think so.
For those who don't know, KA, kids to adults. So that was what eventually became E for everyone. And then there's E 10 plus, and then T, and then M, and then AO, which I've not seen an AO game, which is adults only. I've never seen a game rated AO before, so I have no clue which ones exist with that rating. But the most common ones are E, E plus, T, and M. So, yeah. So yeah, it was Rayman Rush, which is just to finish that story. Rayman Rush, Rayman M, Rayman Arena, but then the console versions, each console version, each version is different. Because the PS2 version looks a certain way, and then the GameCube / I think Xbox version looks a certain way. Also, the camera is really... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, if it was gonna stay up above SpongeBob, that would have been a very weird camera angle to rest on.
Yeah, Rayman Arena on GameCube and PS2 is like a drastic difference, because like
It's weird.
Because in the GameCube version, it's more...
You get that Murphy narrator, TV news reporter guy. That fucking guy.
Which one's your favorite? It was the one where it was...
When the camera pulls out and they're beating him up, you just hear him go... And I'm like, what the fuck?
And one of them makes like a weird noise before it like fades to black.
I'm like, what noise is that? What the hell did they do to him?
I think that was the one when it was with the henchman.
Yeah, so they're interviewing what kinds of people you can play as. You got the henchman, you got Razorbeard and Razorwife, you got Glowbox and all them. I mean, at the end, they always beat him up.
It's hilarious.
It has a more cartoony, funky, little weird vibe to it, which makes sense for a Nintendo console, and then for the PS2, it's played a little more straightforward as it's a badass Rayman game.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Of course, the intros are very different when you
The intros are
start
very different. I definitely prefer... Seeing it was the first version I played, so it's the one I know best, I definitely prefer the PS2 version of Rayman Arena over the GameCube version.
I really like both, so I could go either way.
GameCube version's alright, but I definitely prefer... even like certain particle effects and whatever else are different between the two versions. Like, it's just things, little things you pick up on.
And then I remember they added like... They had special other little things in the GameCube version, and
yeah,
they had like in one of the arenas you could play on was a Pac-Man maze, and
oh, that's right, I remember that.
And they even had the little
oh, lest we forget fucking evil Rayman.
You mean Dark Rayman?
Or Dark Rayman, whatever. There's many versions of Rayman.
I don't know.
Well, mainly they're all called Dark Rayman because it's the one from Rayman 1 / Brain Games, and then there's the one in Origins, and I think it's in Legends.
Yeah, the Ramuses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give them really weird names. Rayman games, I love how we're playing SpongeBob, we're talking about Rayman. Rayman's just, every Rayman game retcons the previous one. So the first game has its own story and lore, and then the second game is just nothing like the first game. There's like none of the characters from Rayman 1 are a thing in the second game. And the third game references them, kind of. But again, everything's retconned. And then Rayman 4 was going to retcon it again, and then became Rabbids. So again, nothing like the originals. And then Origins attempted to retell the origin story of Rayman, and it just, again, it retconned everything.
I remember the freaking, when we did the last stage in Origins, it was just very, like, it was hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it, of course, but, like, it was...
The shit was fucking
really
hard. It took us a while. We beat Rayman Legends before we beat Rayman Origins.
Yeah, okay. So of completing both of them, which one was the hardest one to complete?
Fucking Rayman Origins.
Origins?
Legends wasn't that bad.
Uh.
Also, tune in next time. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of us playing SpongeBob talking about Rain Man. So yeah.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
That was probably off scene.